Hi, Anti-Society. Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we are checking out Tower of God Season 2, Episode 25. I'm assuming this is going to be mostly wrapping up what we're doing with the workshop battles. I don't even know how to feel, because on the one hand, I'm like, I really desperately want this to be, like, all right. My bar has lowered progressively as we go through the season, but at the same time, I feel like I've been scorned before already, that I have no idea. I'm assuming that the next episode is going to be a lot of the kind of setup that is for going on with the story, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I just know that I'm feeling things going into this, and maybe that is also fine. I don't know. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, good. Creepiness. And also Cassano. Love that for me. Always love when we start a story in this. Cassano of all people. I like immediately he's just like, so you were one of the dummies that fell for her tricks. This is a wild story. Like, this whole thing shakes me to my core that I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you liquefied someone? Sorry. Just every time they're like, she's not that bad. She liquefied someone. Also, a little like smirk from the project like succeeding also makes me suspicious. Mm-hmm. Yep. See, this is like the very beginning of me getting into the story where they were like, there's this Emily like chatbot AI thing. And I was like, why are we just trusting this information? Where's the information coming from? Who's in charge of it? Maybe it's just because I'm suspicious and I'm like, chatbots are controlled by corporations and we don't trust corporations. Choice of absurd is an interesting translation there. Oh, my sweet darling. I miss you dearly. Where I'm at in the story. My sweet teddy bear. As much as I'm excited that where I'm at in the story, Rock is like in full force, but still. It also feels like kind of trippy to be experiencing the story of like Emily given all of the stuff going on in the world with AI, because I'm like, man, I first started checking out that story a while ago. I'm in the thick of like Hell Train related stuff going through the webtoon, and I'm just like, wow, in this like in the future it feels different to be like a bunch of people who are like, no, this like this you know chat thread in my phone is definitely a person, and I'm like, are we sure about that? Are we sure about that? Because again, owned by corporations, and we don't trust those. I mean, the tower is like basically a giant corporation. It has the vibes, right? There are people who are like in charge and they control the people lower down. It's all for like power and profit, especially the workshop battles, right? Like anything that comes from the workshop battles, I'm like, run, get rid of it, right? Destroy it. Because I'm like, there's nothing good except our sweet boy bomb comes from anything related to the workshop battles. I love how tiny Rock looks, and then he just has the giant spear. He didn't even get a turtle nickname. That's how you know Rock means business. I like it's just like, tell me what to do. They're such a chaotic pair. I love them. Go home. Where's home? Just together? Not being actively hunted? Because when was the last time that happened? Cool use of the reflection of the light on the mask, though. Nice! It's almost like... Hold on. Did the, like, production value just pop off? It almost... I'm like, some of it seems like we're using, like, 3D elements. But the movement just got more fluid. Should this where the budget went? Because that I'd be okay with that. If we finally got some of it. I was thinking, I'm like, maybe we're saving some of it for the end. It was a cool, like, zoom out too. Ugh. So is a bad sign we can't see his eyes. There was a lot of trust there from Kun. Just be like, I'm gonna stay put and hope that my friend has my back. And so it starts. Ugh, you. Alright. Oh. They're like a whole crisis. This girl. I love that he's just like, I'm gonna beat you up with this random piece of pipe. I like how Hots comes from a place of like justice, right? There's a little bit of that lead to his, and then Dorsey's just like, I don't like you. And yet they work together somehow. Cool, like, light up that camera shot. I love how the voice actor for Endorsey, like, her tone shifted so much there. Like, different from that, like, very sing-song, light, bright voice. And then when she means business, it's like a much deeper tone, right? Like, it's definitely not leaning into, like, the more, like, feminine presentation that, like, Endorsey very much has, is, like, this persona, right? In contrast to, like, who she's actually like. They really do like this choir music. Since when has power been given to those who deserve it in the tower? Sound a little unhinged, my guy. Oof, I love the filter on that. Yeah, he has a habit of doing that, where he just like shows up and like, why are you stronger now? What power could you possibly have unlocked? I mean, yeah. I like how like immediately he's like, yeah, I'm not. I do like the scythe though. Ooh, we full size. I love the way that they're like using Kid's ability to like switch the direction of stuff. I also love the way that he walked through the like smoke and everything. Dramatic. I like how Dorsey just sounds like mildly amused. Yeah, maybe put a pin in it. Oy. Yeah, I remember this. Again, deep in my psyche of nightmare fuel because of the series. Yeah, if there's one thing I've learned about the towers, that the most beautiful are the ones that you should just run from. You should get so far away. Yeah, we got some like zealous energy, so like it's like I'm literally just copy and pasting what you did. There's always a problem. It never goes smoothly. Explain later. What later are we supposed to be explaining? If it's like we might all die. I would also be skeptical, to be fair. About that, though. The disregard, I'm just like, let's just leave. Love the design, though. I like it where we're like, all right, plan A, B, and C have not worked. Moving on. Yeah, that is the face of a man who is like definitely willing to die for the cause. Yeah, there's more going on. Yeah. Sorry, off-brand. Daft Punk. You were, mostly here just to host. Yep. Remember what I said about corporations? How we shouldn't trust them? I like shaky cam to be like, this man is, unhinged and will do just about anything to get what he wants. I love that just let's just fly directly at him with the ship. Commitment. We love a teacher that shows up. I love how calm Leroy is in like every single instance. Like his voice actor, as much as I'm like, I don't know if that's the voice that I would have chosen for him, I do love that he is always unbothered. Like he always sounds like he could take a nap at any given moment. I love how sometimes the plan is, we'll figure it out. It never happens at any other point in the story in which I'm like, what's the plan? Mm-hmm. Problem solving. Yup. Oh. Yup. When in doubt, use the media. reputation, right? And I like, I love that that continues to be a thing throughout the story of like what your name means, right? The reputation that precedes you, and how do you control that? I feel like we're projecting a little bit. Well, he's been busy, to be fair. I think you probably would change the tower. I don't know if it would be for the better, though. He really does have a habit of falling off of things when he shouldn't. Boy, we've already done this. Yes, I choose you. Oh, so you just make me relive all the trauma? Cute smile. Cute. I do love the symbolism of like, at this time when he falls, the people around him are there to like help him. It was cute at the end. Honestly, like I was expecting like a little bit of the like recap kind of thing, especially again given some of the production things that were going on with this. I do feel like we got more going on with the like animation. There were some more fluid movements, there were some interesting camera angles. The lighting was really interesting in certain parts too. So I think that definitely they were leading into some of that for this episode, so it was a little bit more fluid. That whole sequence with the main three against I don't know. Doesn't matter. But that whole sequence was like really smooth. Them getting, hold on, look, pronunciations, I'm trying my best. But when they were getting her back from being a hostage, that whole sequence was like really smooth. I think that there was definitely some of that kind of being saved up for this last episode, or second to last episode, the last one of the main part of the story before we're setting up some other things, but also using some flashback moments to help with some of that, because you don't have to go back and redo the animation for that. You just have to like put it in with a filter on it, so it's like this is a flashback that's going on. So I think that definitely helps with some of that, and it's definitely like part of all of the build up to this point, right? It's not like there's never any of those flashback moments in the actual like webtoon, and it's not like it doesn't build up to that, except for the part where Rock was like talking to Endorsi. I was like, we're focusing a lot on this when there's no sound, we're not hearing the actual conversation, there's just like music and a flashback, and I'm not entirely sure why we need like it to focus on this for quite as long. That's just personal preference and all of that, but I think it definitely helped with some of the like animation stuff that was going on. And like I said, I really like some of the voice acting stuff with like Endorsi, where her voice actress is like putting in this very like feminine, light, very like airy, bright sounding voice, right? And then when we get a little bit more of the actual Endorsi, it goes into this much like, it's a little bit of a deeper tone, it's a little bit more of a, I don't know, like firmer sound, right? There's more conviction behind the way that she talks, and I think that really fits with who Endorsi is as a character. The voice acting in general has been like really good for this, which makes me sad, because I'm like, man, they tried, and it makes me sad that some of it didn't quite measure up to that. But this one definitely a lot better better with that, and some of the like build up for some of the moments I think was really good. So it just makes me sad that we didn't get some of this previous points, getting to see all of that, but definitely makes me a little bit more excited going into the end. I know wrapping up the story is a little bit less action heavy, so maybe we'll get some more pretty moments in it because it's going to be a little bit more character focused than action sequence stuff going on. But I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. You can click this playlist to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so next time I post a Tower of God reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.